All right. So let me set this up and see if I actually, this is the first time I've used this little stand, and I want to see if it actually gives me a good picture. So here, let's arrange it. And we'll move all the stuff down so it's actually in the screen.
So do I need to scoot down?
Well, yeah, if you move over there, that'd be cool. All right. So, Fairy Tale Assassin League is basically the idea of what if Happily Ever After goes terribly wrong. And the first, last year, the games were all set in Las Vegas. So what happens if a Little Red Riding Hood has trouble in Vegas? Okay. Many bad things happen. So this year, the one is set in Hollywood. And it's on a movie set. Mm-hmm. At the end of the game, one person will emerge as a star, and everybody else are losers, and can eventually appear in People magazine as the what happened to them in rehab, died of such and such overdose or wrecked their car. Okay. So, to get started, we need to have you pick a character. And we have all the characters from The Wizard of Oz, sort of.
Take the Cowardly Lion.
She looks good and trampy. I'm going to take her.
So the Wicked Witch of the West.
You bet.
The producer.
Awesome.
Which leaves the Scarecrow, who's clearly overacting, the Tin Man, make of that what you will, and Dorothy, slutty Dorothy, along with the Flying Monkey and the Wizard of Oz, who is the director. So all the action is going to take place at locations which are marked out on the card. So we've got the film set and the Stars trailer. The low-class dive, the Munchkin Pit, and the street. And the director's house and the beach. So, I'm going to pick a character too, and I'm going to pick the Scarecrow. So, this game, let's put these people out here. So we'll put the director there and the Flying Monkey out on the streets where they belong, and Dorothy will be in the trailer. And then the Tin Man will be with the director. So take your character and place them somewhere at some location.
She's going to be at the director's house.
In the Munchkin Pit.
And I'll put the Scarecrow with you at the Munchkin Pit. And if you read the real small print, there's really sleazy things that happen at the Munchkin Pit. So this is a storytelling card game. So you're going to get a hand of cards, and each turn a person is going to be playing a card and making up a little story about what happens. You can either play a card or tap the top scene card. So the scenes in this game are Big Dream and Best Friends Forever. And second one is Betrayal. Oh, snap. Third scene, The Comeback. Let's put on a show. And the last one, Disaster. Who emerges as a star? Player characters can die now. You cannot die in this game until the last scene. That doesn't mean horrible things can't happen to you. So, each of you get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm the host of the game, but actually I'm just like anybody else as a player. So, now look at your cards, and you'll see there's a picture on it with very garish colors that will make your eyes bleed. That's on purpose. This is to tell you that this is not the real world. and it's neon lights. It's every lie you've ever heard about Hollywood. So I'll pull a card off the bottom here, so we'll know this one's not going to appear in the game. Big Dreams. So say I play Big Dreams, and I make up a little story. Scarecrow used to do repertory theater, and he dreamed one day of making it big on Broadway, but it didn't really work out for him, so he came out to Hollywood to work in movies, because that'll work. Now, if nobody challenges this or adds to this, I get that number at the top of victory points. So, but say you play a card. Final cut. It's only going to be worth 1 victory point. So, taking my story, add to it.
He thought he had his big break, and on the first day, the director called final cut.
Now, you roll 2 dice, I roll 2 dice. Come on over. You rolled higher, so what you said happened, and you take my card away from me.
Okay.
Now, the other people can play a card and challenge to add to the story. And if you win, you take the biggest card.
Okay.
Now, come on in.
How you doing?
Here, sit over here. We're recording the game.
Here comes. Well, let me move my jacket there.
So you're going to pick a character. We've already had the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, and the Wicked Witch of the West, the producer, picked. So you've got the Wizard of Oz, who is the director of our horrible movie, the Tin Man, Dorothy, and Flying Monkeys.
I gotta go with Flying Monkeys.
Okay.
The Tin Man just looks like something out of, Rocky Horror.
Basically, this sounds a lot like Gloom, where it's a storytelling game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Gloom is a perfect example.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, where you tell a story, and if he puts down a card out of the same and tells a story, he gets the points unless someone adds to it. And if we challenge that and add to his story with a card from our hand, then we both roll dice, and whoever rolls higher gets the points.
Okay.
That's it in a nutshell, I think.
That is it in a nutshell, and you now know all the rules of the game. This is a very simple game. Now, just so you know, this is Fairy Tale Assassin League. What if Happily Ever After goes terribly wrong in Hollywood? We're on the set of a movie that's being made, and the characters are all from The Wizard of Oz. And at the end of the game, one player will emerge as a star, and everyone else are losers. The winner is determined by the victory points from the cards that we were just showing you. You play a card, you make up a little story. Now, when you have the most victory points, that means you're going to have the last word in the game. Because at the end of the game, when all the scenes are played, we go around one more time, and least victory points goes first, then next more, then next more, then next more, and the person with the most goes last. So clearly, unless they're a total masochist, they're going to say that they're the star. So, any questions about any of this?
How do we determine the rounds?
Okay.
Like the scene is the first round, I'm assuming.
A person starts off the game. In this case, it's always the host. We do the cards. At the end of the turn, you can move characters anywhere in the locations you want. Then the next player starts the next turn, playing a card. You'll draw back cards up to 5 in your hand until we run out of cards. The game ends in one of 2 ways. Either we go through the 4 scenes, or we run out of action cards.
Okay.
So, just so you know, the first scene is Big Dreams, Best Friends Forever, 1 victory point. Scene 2, Betrayal, oh snap, 3 victory points. Scene 3, The Comeback, let's put on a show, 8 victory points. And disaster, who will emerge as a star, players can die now, 12 victory points. So it's a catch-up mechanic. All right. So, with that, I think we're ready to start playing.
All right.
So, yeah. No talent. It's got a munchkin. Not fair. The Scarecrow is at the Munchkin Pit with the Cowardly Lion, and he is talking trash about Dorothy. Dorothy. I mean, the only reason Dorothy is in this movie is because she has breasts. And as he's doing this, the Cowardly Lion is looking down at her breasts and going, "What about me?" So, that's my story. Does anybody want to play a card to add or rewrite it?
I will play a rewrites card.
So you're going to totally
Right.
say something different happened.
Yeah. Well, I just say something totally different happened?
Well, you can, or you
I
can
was
just
going to
build
say-
on my story.
I'm going to build on your story and say that the producers come in with a new script and a new rewritten script, and Scarecrow's part has been now lowered.
Okay,
You got
I rolled a 7. Okay,
Oh, you
so
win. You
I
get
get
two.
that card. Does anybody else want to add to it? By the way, what you said happens.
Right.
My part has been lowered, but I got the victory points
You did.
so far.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and play Scandal. Scandal being that the only way you found out about how she got the part was through a phone tap.
Roll 8.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Phone tap. This is interesting.
I'm going to play Broken Promises. While Dorothy has the big breasts and thinks that she has a wonderful, wonderful part, the producer decided that he's broken his promise and she is written out of the script.
No!
Give her some dice.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
So, you would take one of my bigger cards, so you get that one. It doesn't. At this point, the cards don't matter. It's just the numbers.
Okay.
So we have all done stuff this turn. So take your cards, set them to the side,
Okay.
and everybody did something. So we all get an extra card, and the turn ends with people being able to move anywhere they want. I'm going to move to the director's house to see if I can interest the Wicked Witch in talking to me.
I think I see that and would
You
reset.
don't want anything to do with me. Oh, this is not looking good.
She doesn't look like she's made for talking.
The Cowardly Lion wants to take a day at the beach.
Monkeys are staying right where they are.
Okay.
Everybody else is going a little nuts. If the monkeys are the most sane ones here.
It's problematic.
Yeah.
It is Hollywood. Next. Play goes to the left around the table, so you're up next.
On hold.
Tell us a story.
The producer has put the current movie on hold, which has caused everybody to go on strike.
Does anybody want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the Be a Star